Hello, book lovers, and welcome to another episode of Bookseller Recommends.
Here's a book, open the book, Bookseller Recommends.
Today's recommendation is The Book Jumper by, and apologies if I mess up the pronunciation of this name, but it is very German, so I'm going to do my best. Mechthild Glaser. Fantastic book. Do you see this cover? Do you see how gorgeous this cover is? I can't get over this cover. Book Jumper begins with our main character, Amy Lennox, and her mother making a trip from Germany to Scotland. They are returning to her mother's childhood home on the island of Stormsay. Immediately, things at Lennox house are very tense, and it's clear that there's a past here that Amy doesn't quite understand. That is until her grandmother, Lady May Reed, insists that Amy must read while she stays at Stormsay. It's kind of a weird request, but it doesn't quite work out the way Amy thinks. It turns out that Amy, in fact her whole family, and another very important family on the island, are what are called book jumpers. Amy can interact with the story in a way that no one else can, by directly jumping into the book itself. She is not just a passive viewer in this world, she gets to directly interact with characters from stories. Imagine having a conversation with Shere Khan from the Jungle Book. How cool is that? My favorite aspect of this book is a place called the Margin, a kind of hub where characters from different stories can interact with each other when they're not necessary for their plot. Yeah, these characters are self-aware, and sometimes they go off script. That's when it's a book jumper's job to get them back on track. Because if anything gets changed in the storyline, it affects every single printed copy of that book that has ever existed. What happens when someone starts stealing from the stories that Amy visits? Can she and her friend Will get the literary world back on track? Or will the stories we know be altered forever? The Book Jumper is a book for lovers of books and literature in general. If you've read Inkheart by Cornelia Funk, I imagine that you're going to love this book as much as I did. Get your copy of Book Jumper by Mechthild Glaser at your local Barnes & Noble. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Bookseller Recommends. Don't forget to comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.